Meanwhile, Nigeria head coach Rena Wakama says the Tigers have no intention of giving up their dominance on the African basketball stage after guiding the team to have recorded 77th FIBA Women's Afro-Basket headline act on the closing ceremony in Abidjan. Also celebrated the individual stars of the tournament. Leading the honors was Nigeria's Adamimogo, who was named the most valuable player MVP for the second straight edition. She delivered a standout performance in the final against Mali, posting 19 points and 9 rebounds and 3 assists to lead the Tigers to a 78-64 victory and their 7th continental title. Despite an impressive leadership, Nigeria coach Rena Wakama received no official recognition, even as she made history as the first to win back-to-back titles in her first tour appearances. Players from across the continent also earned accolades, highlighting the rising quality and the competitiveness of African women's basketball as the tournament wraps up. Focus shifts to Olympic qualifiers and global campaigns. The FIBA Afro-Basket 2025 award winners. MVP Ami Okonkwo from Nigeria, All-Star 5. The likes of Ahmed Okonkwo from Nigeria, Syria Delad of Senegal, Delisha Washington of South Sudan, Jane Ascender of Uganda, Sika Kun of Mali. The top scorer, we have the likes of Delisha Washington from South Sudan, the best three-point shooter, three-point shooter. Jessica Thomas from Cameroon, best rebounder. Maria Teresa Gagding from South Sudan. Away from basketball, now we move straight to football. The stage is all set for the Group D features of the ongoing 2024 African Nations Championship. Group D comprises of the likes of Nigeria, Senegal, Congo, and Sudan. Nigeria will tackle the defending champions, Senegal, in their Chan opener today at evening. While Congo will take on Sudan. You recall the 2024 Chan that started at the weekend, and some of the results of the match they won have been confirmed. The 19th tournament is taking place in 5 venues in 4 cities, spread across the 3 co-hosting countries, lands of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Meanwhile, Nigeria coach Eric Sokochile has expressed the confidence ahead of their clash against Senegal in the Group D opener today at 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Speaking during the pre-match conference on Monday, Eric Sokochile acknowledged the magnitude of the contest, describing it as a meeting between the two of Africa's footballing heavyweights. Senegal, the defending champions, will begin their title defense against Nigeria. Returning to the tournament for the first time since 2018, Eric Sokochile, who led the team through an intensive 4-week training camp, is confident in the work done behind the scenes. Today's match at the Ama Stadium will be the first ever Chan meeting between Nigeria and Senegal. The Teranga Lions have never lost to the West African side in open play at the competition and are unbeaten in their last 10 Chan matches in regulation time. The Super Eagles B, however, are known for their attacking flair, having scored 25 goals in their 15 Chan appearances, despite inconsistent results in their group openers in the past. Nigeria have proven capable of making deep runs, as seen in their third place finish in 2014 and runner-up performance in 2018. This will be the first time Nigeria faced a reigning Chan champion since the 2018 final, when they suffered a 4-0 defeat to Morocco, and a positive result against Senegal would not only boost their confidence, but potentially signal a changing of the guard in West African football. Meanwhile, Senegal are seeking to extend their unbeaten streak in regulation time at a chance to 11 matches and continue their defensive dominance. Senegal's head coach Souleymane Diallo has said his team would approach the clutch with Nigeria with humility and respect. The holders will begin the defense of the title against the Aristokochile side at the Ama Stadium in Zimbabwe on Thursday today. The West Africa struggled in the friendlies in the build of the competition. Diallo started that his team the first main objective is qualified from the group. Sudan and Congo Brazzaville will clash in the all-3-1 to his own pace players ahead of the CAF African Nations Championship. A group stage clash against Senegal. Nigeria and Senegal will face each other today. Speaking at the press conference, he said that Senegal have a history in football, a good generation and good team. The kickoff time for the match is 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, do.
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Okedo.
Okay. Yeah, we're listening. You call us, you want to make your own contribution on Sport Extra 0704 700 7701 or you call 0707 276 6278. I beg you. It was not the best of starts for Chan 2024 co-host Uganda as they suffered a humiliating 3-0 defeat to Algeria in the group seed opening the game yesterday. Uganda started brightly in front of their home fans but struggled to contain Algeria's sharp attack. Algeria saw the lead in the 36 minutes from a well-timed order from Yonen Gazala, assisted by Ben Tafa. Meziane, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm calling from Okedo.
Okay, you're welcome to Sport Extra.
Sir.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Uganda looked to respond in the second half but found a little success against a disciplined Algerian backline. The North Africans doubled the lead at the 76 minutes when Meziane finished off a neat assist from Mensala Mamba. Barely 3 minutes later, substitute Sofiane Beyazit sealed their victory, with Algeria thought converting from a Mohamed Kassif pass in the 79 minutes. In the group's order feature, Guinea appealed. Guinea peeped Niger Republic by Elongo. After the first round of matches in Group C, Algeria sit up on 3 points, and Guinea as second are also on 3 points. Niger Republic and Uganda are third and fourth with 0 points. Celebration continues for the Super Falcons defender Tosin the Mehin as Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa gifted her the sum of 30 million naira and a house at Sunshine Estate in Obaile Akure for her outstanding performance at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, where Nigeria the match of champions. The governor announced this yesterday during the civic reception in Akure held in honor of the defender and Ondo State indigents who were part of the victorious Super Falcon squad at the tournament. Alongside the mayor, Governor Ayedatiwa also gifted the team's media officer Mary Akinshola, the team's media officer Mary Oduboku, the team's secretary, the sum of 15 million naira each in recognition of their roles in Nigeria's historic win. Tosin the Main, a girl who is from a larger local government area of Ondo State and played a crucial defensive role throughout the tournament, was described by the governor as a shining example of talent, discipline, and resilience. Governor Ayedatiwa reaffirmed his administration commitment to sport development and youth empowerment in the state. Tosin Demehin, a former Sunshine Queens player, expressed heartfelt gratitude to the governor and the people of Ondo State for the warm reception and generous reward. The men also called on stakeholders to rally behind the development of women's football in the state, stressing that the growth of Nigeria football, both male and female, is a collective responsibility. Away from Nigeria, away from Africa. Now we move straight to Europe. We start from tennis. Novak Djokovic. Yesterday, we drew from this week start of the ATP Continental Cincinnati Masters, where the Poland coming yet to the day from his Paris Olympic gold medal victory. Tournament officials confirmed the news, meaning Novak Djokovic, a 38-year-old Serb, we have played no matches between this Wimbledon semi-final loss to Jannik Sinner and the US Open start in the 3 weeks. World number 1, Sinner, who like Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz, skipped the current ATP Toronto Masters in order to rest and recover from Wimbledon, has been Cincinnati since the weekend. Sinner and the team posted a golf course, a selfie to social media yesterday, 1 day after an opening practice section at the pre-US Open event. Novak Djokovic, a winner of 24 Grand Slam singles titles. First played Cincinnati in 2005, won the last of his 3 titles there in 2023 after losing 5 previous finals. And away from that, straight to football. Yeah, we take a look at some transfer stories. Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand said he does not think Arsenal, the Gunners, needs to sign Eberechi Eze as he may struggle for game time at the Gunners. Eze has been strongly linked to Arsenal ahead of a new Premier League season, and the player is thought to be keen on a switch to North London. Arsenal are reluctant to pay the Aces £68 million price tag, but believe they can negotiate a lower fee before the summer window closes on September 1st, 2025. The 27-year-old Eberechi Eze, an FA Cup winner, has played a total of 167 games for Crystal Palace to date, scoring 40 goals and 28 assists. While agreeing personal times with Arsenal is unlikely to be a significant issue, Rio Ferdinand, who works as a football pundit, has told the Englishman to think twice about the transfer. Oh, good morning. You say what?
I want to hear the monthly transfer.
You say what, you Oga?
I want to hear monthly transfer now.
Man City transfer.
Yes. Now, Baba Man City for Otun.
Baba Man City from Otun. All right.
Yes.
We'll tell you Man U's transfer, Man City's transfer. Yes, as it stands now. For Manchester City are close to agreeing a new deal with centre-back Ruben Dias. The 28-year-old has 2 years left on his contract. Ruben Dias. Man City have reached an agreement in principle with Ruben Dias to sign a new contract. The 28-year-old contract expires in 2027, but an agreement is said to have been reached over a new deal. Man City have won the Premier League title 4 times, the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Club World Cup, and UEFA Super Cup since Diaz joined from Benfica in 2020 for £62 million. Diaz played 44 times last season and has made 222 first-team appearances in total, scoring 4 goals. Global, yes, former Man City defender Micah Richards believes Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen should be playing in one of the top 5 clubs in Europe instead of Galatasaray. You recall that Turkish giant completed the permanent signing of Osimhen from SC from Napoli for a record-breaking fee of €75 million. The 26-year-old Victor Osimhen, who was pivotal to Napoli's Serie A title win in 2023, spent the last season on loan at the Istanbul-based club, netting an impressive 26 goals in 30 league matches to help secure the 25th Super League crown. Richard stated that the Nigerian international belongs to the top clubs in Europe and not Galatasaray. What's your take on this?
Yes, like I said, so so far the fans at Galatasaray love him. So probably that is his own decision. To me, I would also like him. I would love him to feature in the best 5 clubs in the world. I would love him to feature there. The person of like Chelsea, Liverpool, or the likes. I would love him to do that. But since he went for his choice, where he was his love and where they loved him, so
the reason why he said this now is because you know Chelsea men would not be competing for the African Footballer of the Year again.
Yeah, I still feel he can and he can show us what he did.
Are you sure?
Galatasaray is in Champions League, right?
Yes. Barcelona and Croatia national team midfielder Ivan Rakitic has issued a public apology to Juventus fans after sparking controversy with an Instagram post celebrating his friend Luka Modric move to AC Milan. The poster, which included a Milan chant mocking Juventus supporters, drew backlash, prompting Rakitic to address the issue within 24 hours. In his original post dedicated to Modric, AC Milan's high-profile new signing, Rakitic wrote, and I quote, "They don't know how lucky they are, brother." Yes, the message was accompanied by a popular AC Milan chant that has historically been used to taunt Juventus fans. Unaware of the chant's offensive undertones, Rakitic's post quickly stirred a discontent among Juventus supporters on social media platforms, including X, where fans expressed their frustration over the perceived slight.
Okay, let's see. This slant, I don't know. Is it that they don't know what they are saying and they keep saying it? Or I've seen a situation like this, likes of Argentina, Enzo Fernandez, where was saying this kind of thing to, is it France? Yes, France. So later on, is it France or Portuguese? I don't know. But France, I guess. Later on, he came online and apologized to the France team that saying he doesn't know that this is the kind of thing. Is it that they don't know what they are singing or what? And when after they've done the action already, then they come online and start apologizing that we don't know this, we don't do this, we don't do this. That is exactly what I don't get from me.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody can make chance. Well, you know, these people are white, so the way they take matters and the way they react to issues is quite different from the way we are.
No.
So that's about them. That's about their own style of that's their own method. That's their own ways.
I feel before you involve yourself into any kind of chant, you should know much of the chant. Not that just keep indulging yourself in the chant. Something you don't know of. Then later on, when you find out, you come online and start begging. All these things can bring in issues like this.
And now Ademola Lookman stayed away from Atalanta's training yesterday as he looked to force his move to Inter Milan. So Lookman was nowhere La Diaz Zingonia training ground yesterday. So the Nigerian international confirmed on Sunday that he has submitted a transfer request to the Bergamo club. The 27-year-old also published a long statement on Instagram where they accused Atalanta of broken promises. Atalanta CEO Luca Picassi responded and claimed that while they had promised to sell the winger this summer, if a suitable offer arrived, it was to a club outside of Italy, not their Serie A direct competitors Inter. So Lokoman's refusal to attend training will further bring masters to the hill as Inter hope they can convince Atalanta by increasing their proposal of £42 million, €42 million, beg your pardon, plus €30 million in add-ons. It remains to be seen how Atalanta club will respond to this development. The trico winger has 2 years left on his contract with the Ghanaian club. So Ademola Lookman absent training yesterday.
Good morning. Good morning, sport lovers. Welcome to today's edition. Ademola Lookman's move to Inter Milan is being stalled by Atlanta as a club. Now, Italian clubs have a philosophy where they don't sell to clubs to big clubs in the league. Big Italian clubs don't sell to big clubs. They prefer to sell the player outside for a lesser amount. Why? Because it reduces their chance of competing at the top stage. So the part of the agreement they had, was that Ademola Lookman will leave in 2025, but he will have to leave for a club in Europe, a top club in Europe. Considering PSG was making a bid for him last summer, a bid of 20 million. I read it in the news, and Atlanta felt 20 million was too small for an African champion. So they had to, reject the bid, and PSG felt, okay, we can't go beyond this.
Is that Atlanta? Lookman rejected the offer, right?
Atlanta rejected the offer.
Okay.
Because PSG is a team where everyone will want to play. So I see no reason why Lookman will want to reject playing there, having just won the Europa League there. So it's about Atlanta. I've always said is that Italian clubs are toxic. They are so toxic. They are so toxic. When it comes to being toxic, Italian clubs are very toxic. And that's why you see the likes of Inter Milan, Napoli, Atlanta treating their players bad, especially the black players in their club. You see them treating them bad. Look at Juventus, the same thing with them. AC Milan, the same thing with them. Look at how AC Milan treated Frankesi, an Ivorian midfielder. So you look at all these things and you figure out that okay, these clubs are toxic towards Africans.
But well, wait, why is it that if a player wants to force his move, why is it that it's always this hard? And if it's club to club negotiation, they already agree all this kind of thing. But why is that? Okay, fine. Now a player is trying to force his move. You give him hard time, tough time, all these things. Sometimes it affects them mentally.
A move is a move. A contract is a contract. If you are bound by contract to a place, then you are expected to honor it.
Yes.
Now, in every contract, there's always an agreement. There's always an agreement that okay, when a better offer comes in, you are eligible to go. When a better offer comes in that suits you, the player, and one that suits the club, you are allowed to go. And you look at every transfer window, every transfer that has been good, that has been smooth, you figure out that it pays the player and it pays the club that it is selling. But in any instance where a player has set his mind on leaving a club, the first thing they do is they tell the club that okay, I'm not interested in staying anymore. Then the club will say, yeah, no problem. No player is bigger than the club. That's every club's philosophy. No player is bigger than the club. Now, what they will do is set a valuation for that player and they place the player on market list. So when they place the player on market list, it is now up to the clubs that want to buy. That's okay, fine. This is the amount placed on this player. Let's negotiate. But there are some instances where the club who wants to sell do not want to sell, and they placed very high amounts on the player. And that's where you see someone like Osimhen getting like 150 million as his price tag. You know, no club will want to pay 150 million for Osimhen. Or when you play 75, 80 million on Ademola with the club he wants to go.
Now we talk about you told Osimhen before your arrival.
Yes, sir.
Osimhen, Rio Ferdinand, Man United legend, he said something about Victor Osimhen that he should play in top European clubs. Okay. That one of the top European clubs, that this might affect him receiving some awards, even in Africa, not only in Europe. You know, and there awards like African Best. Award like the nomination of Ballon d'Or and this and the rest. So your co-analyst said something that he plays in Galatasaray plays in Champions League. So
if he performs,
and if he performs well, so definitely.
I think Rio Ferdinand is exaggerating the idea of Osimhen not playing for
Manchester United.
He's over exaggerating it. There's exaggeration, there's over exaggeration. Now, Rio Ferdinand is the same pundit who was calling for Manchester United to sign Oli Watkins, who is 29 years old. Oli Watkins of Aston Villa. He does not have, with no English strikers now, they don't have enough time at the top of their games.
Yeah, sure.
Now, Oli Watkins is not even Harry Kane. So, when you look at some pundits, the way they project their former club, when their former clubs get rejected, is very, very funny. Now, Osimhen had the chance to go to Manchester United, as we heard in the reports,
Yeah.
and he rejected. Why? Because the project of the club is not standard enough. They are not stable enough. Now, this is a player who has chosen his career over what? Over fame. Now, moving to Galatasaray is good for his career. There's no way to dispute that. Currently in Africa, there's no better striker than Victor Osimhen, other than Mohamed Salah. And Mohamed Salah is more of a right winger, and he's 32 years old. So Osimhen has to be. He's not even has to be. He's the best striker currently in the whole of Africa. Now, looking at what Osimhen is going to do at Galatasaray. Galatasaray is playing Champions League football.
And let's watch out.
Of course.
He's playing in Champions League,
Sure.
and there's every possibility that his club will make it to knockout stage. Yes, because his club now is Galatasaray now have Leroy Sané. They've signed Ederson from Manchester City, and now they have Osimhen, a top striker. Last season they won the league, in the same league where an iconic coach who is known for winning trophies, Jose Mourinho, is competing with them, Fenerbahce. So that tells a lot. Victor Osimhen is going to make his mark in Galatasaray, and his status as a top player will not be dependent on his move to Manchester United or not. He has rejected Manchester United. Manchester United players and pundits and fans should move on.
This same Galatasaray say beat Man United in Champions League.
So what are we saying?
So what are we saying?
So the idea of Victor Osimhen losing out on quality awards. Now, as a matter of fact, at what time has any African player been considered for this Ballon d'Or award? Mohamed Salah had a proper season.
2018.
No, this is not even about 2018. Last season, he had a good proper season, and it's not even in the Ballon d'Or conversation.
Not even the.
He's not even in the top 3 Ballon d'Or conversation. They don't
Right,
include him. Why? Because there's Ousmane Dembele. So we can't even say it's the idea of the black player factor. It's down to the fact that, okay, you are a player playing for which club? What have you done? Look at Haaland. He did well with Manchester City, and did he get any Ballon d'Or calls? So it's not about getting Ballon d'Or calls. No, that's not. I'm sorry, Rio Ferdinand, for an elite player, for someone who have an elite knowledge of the game.
Possibly, yeah.
He has a miss about that assessment of Osimhen.
All right, a quick one. Let's quickly talk about some transfer stories this lovely morning. Now we'll talk about Sesko and Manchester United. I think now Manchester United and Newcastle are on Sesko, and the Manchester United they say they can afford that kind of amount, please, on him.
Look at
This is when Manchester United starts missing their former director, Harry Woodward.
Yeah.
Woodward does not care how much a player is worth. He's going for it.
Let's go for it.
He's definitely going for it. This is the same person who signed Angel Di Maria. This is the same person who signed Maureen Fellaini. So he doesn't hold back when it comes to spending money and splashing money on players. But now there's a new sheriff in town, Ratcliffe, and Ratcliffe right now is very, very frugal, not stingy. Frugal in the sense that he wants to know where to spend his money. Now, when you sign Mbeumo, when you sign Kwan, you know that, okay, yes, these people have proven themselves in the English Premier League with mid-table clubs. But what has Sesko done? In my honest opinion, I'll suggest it's proper that Newcastle make a move for Sesko than for Manchester United, because Sesko is unproven. And like I said a couple of weeks back, that these days clubs do not pay for the quality of player; they pay for the valuation they give the players.
Newcastle have up their bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. So it's understood that Newcastle are now offering 69.7 million pounds. That's 80 million euro
Okay.
as a fixed fee plus add-on. So definitely, and RB Leipzig, you want to allow him to go to that club that plays that plays a higher value on
Higher
him.
value.
So I think the deal now will be sealed before the end of this week.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay.
Man, they are not willing to pay that kind of amount for Zesco.
Yeah.
And Zesco should be one of top 10 best striker
In where?
in the world.
Yeah, I think
Then who do you think Man U are going to that kind of amount? Who do you think Man U should put that kind of amount to?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we're talking about Nicholas Jackson, and I said there is top strikers pandemic currently. Top strikers pandemic where there are limited numbers of top strikers in the markets. This is not the generation where you have Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Filippo Inzaghi, Robin van Persie on markets. No, this is the transfer window where you can't mention 5 top world class strikers. And the only time you get to have a quality player, there are no top strikers available in the market apart from Benjamin Sesko and Alexander Isak. So that's it. So yeah, when the desirable is unavailable, the available
become desirable.
Yeah, so that's
That's
the case
good.
of Sesko and Manchester United.
Now, Burnley and Chelsea have a broad agreement on many aspects of the deal for Armando Broja. So talks are continuing over the structure of the deal for the 23-year-old to move to the newly promoted Premier League side. So personal terms on the 5-year contract are not expected to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's about Burnley and
No, Armando Broja is a player that couldn't make it to the Chelsea top flight. He was good, but not good enough for Chelsea standard. I'm sorry, no disrespect to him.
Now, Borussia Dortmund are in negotiation with Chelsea over the permanent transfer of Kane Chukwuemeka. The attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Dortmund and is expected to leave Chelsea. Chukwuemeka has 3 years left on his contract at Chelsea. Then, will Liverpool recruit a new centre back? With Vigi van Dijk, Joel Gomez injured, and Jare Quensa haven't been sold. It looks as though Wataru Endo will play alongside Ibrahima Konate in this second game. So in the first game, it was Andy Robertson being played out of position in the heart of the that back line. So also with remembering that Konate is now into the final year of his contract. Will Liverpool recruit a new centre back?
I think they are eyeing a player at Crystal Palace, Mark
Gui.
They are trying to submit an official bid of recent. Yeah. They are going in for Maguire.
Well, Maguire is good. He's a Chelsea academy graduate, and you look at the way Chelsea just moves in the market, and you look at top clubs, and you figure out that okay, yeah, there's a Chelsea academy, there's a Chelsea player, there's a former Chelsea player. Yeah. That tells a lot about Chelsea's strength in the transfer market. You can't underplay their strength at all. So
Yeah.
the idea of signing Maguire will work well for Liverpool, but having squad depth is important. Having squad depth when your squad have enough depth, and you're having Konate as your defender, and the only senior defender you have is Konate. That tells a lot about how ready you are for the Premier League title defense. But other than that, Liverpool is shoring up there. Yeah, Van Dijk is there. He's old now. He's in his 30s.
All right, let's quickly roll out some Don's transfers for the past some weeks now. Hello, good morning. Let's be discussed.
Well,
Good morning, sir.
I got on.
Okay, sir.
orúkọ mi ní olóyè Adédára Ayọ̀rìndé láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ìlọrin.
Yeah, we are.
Àwọn tí wọ́n jí ọmọ ògbé yẹn ẹjọ́ kíjọba kan wá wọn rí.
All right, let's take a look at some done deals transfer so far. Keeper for let's start from us now. Keeper Arrizabalaga from Chelsea, that's £5 million. Then Matty Zubimendi from Resource said that Arsenal got him at £51 million. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. So Christian Noga from Brentford City, that's £15 million. Noni Madwike from Chelsea, £52 million. Then Cristiano Mosquera from Valencia, £13 million. And Vitor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon at £63.5 million. Hello, good morning. All right, and they let out go. They allowed Jorginho to go to Flamengo in a free transfer. Kieran Tierney, Celtic to for free transfer. Nuno Tavares to Lazio at an amount of £4.3 million. So Marquinhos, Cruzeiro, and undisclosed fees. Takehiro Tomiyasu, they're releasing, and Thomas Partey as well, they're releasing.
Well, Arsenal is moving really good in the transfer window, and of course, hopefully, they will take this chance of Man City trying to rebuild, and Liverpool's defensive fragilities, and capitalize on winning the English Premier League. And of course, I'm rooting for Arsenal to win the English Premier League. No jokes,
Okay.
no jokes. But another club you can't write off is Chelsea. Chelsea's coming strong, and yeah, Chelsea fans should not be too happy.
Okay.
You people were so strong last season too, until you started claiming you are not in the title race.
Of course, we are not.
They started where?
They started well.
We are
Last
not in the
season.
Yeah, and they were like,
Hello, good morning, Pastor.
Hello, good morning. And the Europe experience with this one and it's really to be the best, which is winning the trophy. That is what I'm also looking at church. But nevertheless, we should now take Arsenal. Arsenal should have been one of those people that will have been celebrating. But we don't know what will happen this season. Because everybody now is bringing new players, and I'm expecting a big fight. This talking now, we are looking at this now by whoever that is going to win. So that is not more than 6
Okay.
that is how it's going to be. It should be. That is how it should be because with the numbers of people there. And I will not deceive you to take us surprise if Man U comes back. The only thing that just like Bruno said the other time, but this time now they will be finishing around 5 or 6. That is where Man U will be finishing. Now pertaining to the issue of Osimhen, I will not deceive you. I will only place my views or my things in where I will be loved. And that is what happened. If you come to England, it's good. Everybody will know Osimhen. But nevertheless, playing in England, it may not even give you what. Assuming he's playing Man U, they finish in 17 and 16. Assuming he's playing other teams that are not big. So if where he is now, that the Saturday teams are coming for Champions League, who tells them that even those that go to Champions League just home? It's one of those the best clubs in Europe. And they also is everyone that wins. The way he is able to perform well. The problem he had last season was because he was not stable in last season. But this season now is stable and be able to play the best thing. At least he'll be able to get the best thing here. And the other thing, Mr. Kinsley, please, those that are always comment on Facebook, please give them opportunity. Please always encourage them so that people will be much more on this thing on the Facebook. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor Azan, for that. Thank you. God bless you, sir. All right, you heard Pastor Azan about Siemens transfer and stuff.
yes. Well, Manchester United will come strong, yes, but then it's up to the club to prove that okay, yeah, it's up to the manager, it's up to the players to prove and to make their fans happy once again. I mean, you can't say the fact that everyone is excited about Premier League coming back, and you look at Manchester United fans, are you excited? And it's a question of well, let's see what our club will do, not our club will win. The confidence every fan base is heading into the new season with. You can't expect such confidence from Manchester United. I mean, that confidence has faltered over the last 2 seasons. So, yeah, they should make their fans happy. Manchester United fans, they are not happy.
What do you think they need now?
They need to get back to winning ways.
How?
The club, the player, the coach. Now it's about the
In what way?
it's about the players and the coach. It's about having a proper philosophy, an identity, a winning mentality. That's what Manchester United needs. Now they have the quality of the players. Yeah, fine.
Did they?
Yeah, they have the quality of the players. Look at their defense line. They have Lisandro Martinez when he's not injured. They have Martins Delete. They have Luke Shaw. They have Malasia. They look at the players they have. Look at their midfield. They have. I'm sorry, even though Casemiro is on and off, but he's still playing well. Bruno Fernandes, the player with the highest number of chances created over the last 3 seasons in the English Premier League. Look at Matheus Cunha, look at Mbuemo. So yeah, it is expected of Manchester United to perform well next season, but the confidence from their fans is still not there.
All right, quick one from let's read some messages from our Facebook page. Animation Gefasa, good morning, Minister of Sport. God bless Nigeria. God bless Adamimogo from Badagry. Thank you. Taiwa GS, well done, Mr. Taiwo from Ojorota. Mike Mola, good morning, my dear brother. The Sport Minister Worldwide. Thank you very much. Femi Fedra Piaro Asna Idoikite. Good morning, my brother. Well done, Minister of Sport. Thank you. Omotara Idowu Shegun says, good morning, Minister Kingsley, Minister of Sport from Eleji Major of Mayu. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Kingsley. I believe Osimhen is in the right place where he will be valued and respected. In fact, if he proves himself in Galatasaray, there is tendency that he will be recognized in the world in as much as he's playing in Europe. Pastors, and thank you. Olaleki Olutoyin says, good morning. Larry Oloki Susi, weather Mr. Sports. All right, this is how we go to today's edition of Sport Extra. We'll be meeting tomorrow again at exactly 7.